Hello Showmates, and welcome to Sewing with Damara. If this is your first time here, you are highly welcome, and for my returning viewers, I love you guys so much. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this funnel shaped sleeve. This is a very easy to follow and detailed tutorial. I made this dress and the tutorial is already up on my channel. It is the last tutorial I posted. If you haven't seen that, I'll be putting the link in my description box and also in the comment section so you can easily click on it to watch. I had to create a different tutorial for the funnel sleeve because I wanted to make a detailed tutorial for you guys. So if you'd love to know how to go about creating a funnel shaped sleeve, you want to keep on watching to the end of this video. Now let's get right into it. The first thing you'll be needing here is going to be your pattern paper, and make sure that your pattern paper is on fold. Also make sure that your pattern paper is about 5 inches longer than your actual sleeve length. This is because of the funnel shape at the end of your sleeve. Now I have this basic long sleeve here. I already have this tutorial on my channel, so if you do not know how to draft out a basic long sleeve, especially for the beginners, I'll be putting the link in my description box so you can go check that out. Notice that the back armhole and the front armhole are not the same. These are important basics you need to know, especially for the beginners that have no idea about this. So please, I'll be putting the link in my description box. Go and learn how to draft a basic long sleeve or short sleeve pattern, okay? Now I have this pattern, so there's no need for me to start afresh to draft out a basic long sleeve on my new pattern. So I'll be tracing this out on this new pattern. I'm just going to go ahead and pin this down. So from here to the length of my sleeve is this point, right? I'm just going to be adding about 4 inches for the funnel sleeve shape. I'll connect that with a straight line. I'll take the measurement of what I have at the initial length of my sleeve. What I have here is 4 inches. I'm just going to mark that here also and connect it back into the sleeve. I'll be tracing out the back armhole. We are going to be drawing out the front armhole on the pattern much later. Now go ahead and cut this out just like you see me doing here. I'll be taking out my pattern paper, but before I do that, I'll be taking note of all the points of my line so I can join them together after taking out my pattern paper. I'll just be connecting all these points together with a straight line. Now this right here is our back armhole, and to get the front armhole, you are going to connect a straight line from this point here into this side. Then taking your tape, you're just going to get the midpoint, and from that point you're going to come down by 0.25 inch. Using your curve or even using your free hand, you connect a curve from this point here upward to the center of the sleeve, and then you also be connecting a curve downward like this. You can see exactly how I'm doing that, so you can do yours the same way. Now we have the back armhole and this is our front armhole. If you also notice, the difference between the front and the back armhole is about 0.5 inch. Now open up your pattern paper. You'll be extending this line into the other side of your pattern paper like this. This right here is the formal length of my sleeve and this is the elbow. Now from this part, go up by 1 inch. And connect it together with a straight line. Now divide what you have at that point here by 2. What I have here is 9, and divided by 2, I'll be marking this at 4.5. Also divide what you have at this point by 2. What I have here is 8, divided by 2, I'll be marking this at 4. Then connect this together with a straight line. What we'll be doing here is a slash and spread method. But before we do that, let's trace out the front armhole on the other side just like we did initially. Now what you just be doing here is to cut through this line here, and then you're going to cut through into the side but not entirely. Also do the same thing to the other side. Now you can see that you can easily spread this open. Go ahead and place your pattern paper on your fabric and secure it down with your pins. Now coming to this side where you'll be spreading, you have to determine how wide you want your funnel sleeve to be. For me, I use 6 inches because I didn't want it to be so wide. So this depends on your preference. I'll be securing this with pins, and you can see here I have 6 inches. So if you want yours to be wider, just increase the inches. Now go ahead and add 0.5 inch around your sleeve. After doing that, cut this out just like I'm doing here. After cutting this out, this is what you will have. Now make sure to notch the midpoint of your sleeve. And like I said, the front armhole is different from the back armhole. And I'm going to be using this side at the front as the front armhole. But instead of cutting it through the pattern paper, I'll just be cutting it exactly at where the back armhole is. This is because even if I cut my pattern paper, I'll still be adding 0.5 inch to cut it out of my fabric, which is exactly where the back armhole is. I hope you understand that. Now if you take out your pattern paper and put your fabric on fold and put your sleeve on fold, this is exactly what it's going to look like. What you're going to do now is to attach this to your dress, and this is my dress here. I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to place the notch part of the sleeve at the shoulder like this. Now go ahead and pin it down just like I'm doing here. And because of the kind of dress I'm making, you know there's a part that doesn't have, there's a part that is open. So because of that, I'm going to be pinning this down starting from the end of the sleeve. So what you'll just be doing here is to stitch this down using 0.5 inch stitching allowance. And then this part that is open, that is not attached to anything, you'll just be tacking it down. This is because of the dress I'm making, okay? A funnel sleeve, you can use it for any kind of dress at all. And yeah, that is just about it. And the last thing you are going to do is just to close up your sleeve with your dress, which I already did in the previous tutorial. And like I said before, if you haven't seen that, I'll be putting the link in my description box so you can check that out. And we have come to the end of this tutorial, guys. If you have any questions, you can leave it there in the comment section. Please make sure to hit on the like button so that this tutorial can be recommended to a lot of other people just like it came to you. Make sure to share this to family and friends who you think would love this. Hit on your post notification so you get notified whenever we post a new tutorial. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.